Hey, Bears fans! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Chicago Bears. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. Tyreek Hill's stunning arrival in Chicago has turned heads across the NFL world. The speedster, who carved out a legacy with the Kansas City Chiefs and later brought his electric presence to the Miami Dolphins, has reportedly landed in the Windy City amid whispers of a blockbuster trade or even a sensational free agent signing. But what's truly fueling the flames isn't just his presence, it's the way he arrived. Sources close to the team say Hill was greeted with a private reception involving front office brass, high-profile players, and an energy that felt more like a coronation than a simple visit. Add to that the buzzing streets outside Hollis Hall, packed with fans chanting his name, and it becomes clear that something more than a casual meeting might be brewing. And while neither the Bears nor Hill's representatives have confirmed anything officially, the body language, the timing, and the behind-the-scenes movements all point to something seismic. Could this be the dawn of a new offensive identity? For Chicago, are the Bears, long criticized for their stagnant attack, about to unleash a version of football fans haven't seen in decades? Nothing's confirmed, but everything about Hill's arrival screams game changer. Insiders are whispering that this wasn't just about optics, it was strategy. Tyreek Hill doesn't fly out to a city in the middle of the offseason for fun, especially not to a team with as complicated a quarterback history as the Bears. But Chicago hasn't been quiet this offseason, with major investments in the offensive line, a reshaped receiving corps, and what looks to be a franchise quarterback in the making. The idea of adding Hill to the mix has insiders buzzing. What really raised eyebrows was the presence of key Bears figures at Hill's private dinner. Offensive coordinator Shane Waldron, quarterback Caleb Williams, and even head coach Matt Eberflus were all spotted in what sources describe as lengthy and animated conversations. These are the types of meetings that go beyond simple recruiting. They're about fit, vision, and roles. There's growing belief among league circles that Hill is exploring his next chapter, not because he's dissatisfied in Miami, but because he sees Chicago as a legacy move. And if the Bears are willing to bet big, they could finally land the explosive talent they've lacked since the days of Devin Hester. But there's another layer to all of this money. Tyreek Hill is under contract with the Dolphins, and his deal isn't exactly small potatoes. For the Bears to make a legitimate move, it would take serious cap gymnastics or a trade that shocks the league. And yet, people close to the Bears front office have hinted that something's been in the works for weeks. One source even claimed that Chicago has been quietly shopping assets, potentially preparing for a move that would make room for a contract like Hill's. The timing is also suspiciously perfect, with a young quarterback on a rookie deal. Chicago has flexibility now that it won't have in a few years. It's the kind of financial window that can allow bold decisions. Plus, Hill brings not just talent, but marketability. He's a face of the franchise player, someone who can change the narrative around a team overnight. For a franchise hungry for relevance and desperate to keep pace in a loaded NFC North, this might be the swing for the fences play that rewrites their future. Still, the silence from official channels only makes the speculation louder. And let's not forget the Caleb Williams factor. Ever since the Bears drafted the USC Phenom, expectations have skyrocketed. But even the most talented rookie quarterbacks need help playmakers who can stretch defenses, open up schemes, and make explosive plays out of nothing. Tyreek Hill is exactly that kind of player. He's not just fast, he changes coverages by stepping on the field. He tilts the defense. He forces safeties to play 10 yards deeper. Imagine the pressure he would take off Williams, the mismatches he'd create, and the attention he'd draw away from other receivers like DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. It's not hard to picture an offense suddenly lighting up the scoreboard, a unit that goes from predictable to terrifying in one offseason. Analysts are already drawing up potential play designs in their heads, imagining Hill in motion, lined up in the slot, taking screens to the house. Whether it's fantasy or foreshadowing remains to be seen, but the potential is impossible to ignore. The Bears, for the first time in years, would have a true superstar weapon, someone who doesn't just fit in, but redefines the entire system. Social media erupted the moment photos leaked of Hill stepping off the private jet in Chicago. Fans immediately began speculating, was it a visit, a secret signing, or something more ceremonial? Some eagle-eyed followers noticed Hill was wearing a navy and orange jacket. Coincidence? Maybe, but in today's NFL, where even the smallest detail is dissected for meaning, it sent the rumor mill into overdrive. Popular fan accounts started posting mock-ups of Hill in a Bears jersey. And within hours, Tyreek to Chicago was trending. Nationally, even players from other teams chimed in, some playfully stoking the fire, others outright suggesting that the move was inevitable. It's the kind of frenzy rarely seen unless something real is going on. And while public excitement doesn't always equal front office reality, in this case, the energy feels different. There's a conviction in the way people are talking, a sense that the stars might actually be aligning. For a city that's waited so long for a football renaissance, even the possibility of Hill joining the fold feels like a thunderclap of hope. Meanwhile, Dolphins fans are holding their breath. Hill has been a central piece of their offense and a fan favorite since arriving from Kansas City. Losing him wouldn't just hurt production, it would change the entire identity of the team. But some Miami insiders say this could be mutual. Hill has hinted at wanting new challenges. And with the Dolphins facing a crunch in both cap space and long-term roster construction, moving a high-priced veteran might not be unthinkable. If Hill truly is eyeing a team like Chicago, it could be about legacy, spotlight, or even a desire to help build something historic from the ground up. And from Miami's perspective, if they can land draft capital or key defensive help in return, it might be a strategic pivot. That's what makes this so intriguing. This isn't just a rumor about a player switching jerseys. It's a potential shift in the power balance of the conferences. Both teams stand to gain or lose a tremendous amount depending on how this plays out. And all the while, Hill remains silent, letting the storm build without saying a word. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears, and don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. It's also worth noting how uncharacteristically bold this move would be for the Bears. Historically, Chicago has been a conservative franchise when it comes to offensive stars, preferring steady systems over flashy additions, but this new regime, under GM Ryan Poles, seems different. They've already made aggressive draft moves, signed key veterans, and signaled a willingness to modernize the offense. Landing Hill would be the ultimate proof that this isn't the same old Bears team. It would be a declaration of intent, a way of telling the rest of the league that they're not just rebuilding, they're coming, and doing it with style. Tyreek Hill isn't just a player, he's a statement. He makes every practice sharper, every teammate better, and every defense more cautious. If the Bears are serious about contending, they couldn't pick a better piece to fast-track that vision. It's still just speculation, but insiders are saying this one feels different. The kind of quiet that happens right before something loud enough to wake up a sleeping giant round the league. Executives are already game planning as if the deal has happened. One anonymous NFC coach reportedly told a colleague, "If they land Hill, we're redrawing the whole defensive scheme." That's the ripple effect a player like him causes. Suddenly, your corners need to be faster, your safeties deeper, and your linebackers quicker in coverage. And that's before you even factor in his special teams impact. He's the kind of player who affects all three phases of the game. Chicago hasn't had that kind of influence on the field in years. The defense has often been the heart of the franchise, but Hill's arrival would tip the scale. The Bears would finally have an offense that doesn't just complement their D, it could carry them. And for a fan base that has endured decades of underwhelming quarterback play and mediocre scoring, it's the kind of transformation that makes you believe again, or at least start buying tickets early. There's a buzz in Chicago right now that feels unfamiliar but very, very welcome. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.